All right, thank you. Coronavirus concerns spread as more than a dozen states in the U.S. report cases. But here in Harris County, there are no confirmed cases. Our Michelle Choi is live at Harris County Public Health. Michelle, a lot of people online want to know about this employee from Rice. What could you tell us more about the staffer there getting tested?
Xavier, we know samples were taken from that employee yesterday and sent off to the CDC in Atlanta. We're now waiting to see if the Rice University staffer has the coronavirus. Officials say that employee was possibly exposed during an overseas trip. They, along with a small group of students and other employees, are currently under self-quarantine. We're told test results won't be known for a few days, however. Meanwhile, in San Antonio, city leaders there declaring a public health emergency over coronavirus concerns. San Antonio is the only city in Texas with positive cases among people already under quarantine after traveling overseas. That quarantine has since been extended after a woman who was released by the CDC later tested positive for the virus. This morning, she is back in quarantine at Lackland Air Force Base, and the CDC says anyone with pending test results will no longer be released until all tests come back negative. Last night, we spoke with one woman, a surgeon who's being held, who says they're being treated like prisoners when they did nothing wrong. Here in the U.S., 6 people have died from the virus, all of them near Seattle. 4 of those 6 are residents of a nursing home, and the number of confirmed cases in Washington state could rise. Researchers say the virus may have been circulating there for weeks. Again, guys, at this time, city leaders and county leaders say that there are no confirmed cases of the coronavirus here in Houston or in Harris County. They also say that they are ready if it shows up. Xavier?
All right, Michelle Choi there at Harris County Public Health. And we do want to remind you, we have a ton of resources for you about the coronavirus. For more information, just text virus to the number that's going to pop up there towards the bottom of your screen. The number is 713-526-1111.